Tony rig. 92mm this one is. I've got a dynamite response, tutti frutti. Today, boilie fishing in the margins. If you're margin fishing, you can't do like a traditional carp setup where you've got a pod and the rods are up like that. They have the rods up in the air so that the rods can't get pulled in. That downward moment on your bait run, it'll just allow free line, it won't pull your rods in. The way I have it, the wood down like that is so I can get the rod out the wind. But there's the better reason than that. That's the second reason. The first reason is I want my line low. Because I'm fishing in the margin, I want the line on the bottom. So I can't do that if the rod's up like that, because the line's going to be going like straight through the water. So I have to have my rod low. And there's another reason. Because it's low, it's out the wind and the rod isn't moving, yeah? If your rod's just moving like that, it means you don't forget the line going that way. The line's going up and down like that, yeah? You're never going to catch anything. So you have to get your rod low for them reasons, but to make sure your rod doesn't get dragged in, it's important you have a rod with a butt, with a recess like this Carp. And you need this is a gooper, what they call a reaper rest. It's got to be locked in like that. You can't just have like a U shape like that. You can't. It's got to be a rod holdy type thing. And the last thing, you need a bait runner if you're margin fishing, because they zoom off like a truck, yeah? If you don't have a bait runner, you're just gonna have problems. So you must have a bait runner. You see that? Amazing. Yeah, this Tony rig, I mean, you just don't miss bites. When you get a fish on, it's never going to come off. You're never going to have a breakage, you know, not failure, not slip, whatever. And you know you're always fishing because you know there's going to be no tangle, you know, so it's confidence. That's what fishing's all about. If you know that your boilie's going to be in the right place, your hook's going to be in the right place, you know. It's not like putting a maggot on a hook and then you know that's fishing. With a boilie, it can wrap around the hook in a bad way, you know. So you're going to be fishing. You could be there for hours without, you know, a fish is never going to take it. So it's important. It's super important. Amazing technique. Must keep a slack line when you're margin fishing. It's absolutely crucial. Remember, these are the big wobbly carp. They're not stupid, yeah? They're looking out for lines. The reason the carp anglers can have the rods up like that with the line going through the water is they're fishing so far away from themselves. By the time they get near the bait, the line has sort of gone to the bottom. And this is one of the reasons why the carp anglers, generally speaking, they fish far away from themselves because of the problem with the line. If they fish close to themselves, they'd never catch anything because the line is going straight down to the lead. The bait would be there. The line's going. I've had a liner there or a take or something. Don't touch your rod. The last thing you want to do if the fish are there is bounce the line, move the line. You see a lot of lads, slacking it off. They're slacking it off, they're scaring the fish away, yeah? If there's fish there, if you get a sign of fish there, the last thing you want to do is start touching the rod and touching the reel, because your rod goes like that. I know I've said it a million times, but it amazes me how even experienced anglers, you know, even match anglers, that the rod's going like that. Well, if the rod's going like that, isn't the line going up and down? Yeah? Surely they don't think of that. You're moving your line. If the line's moving, an animal can see it, yeah? Your line must be stationary. There's another reason, gang. why you need a bite alarm. When you sat down, because your rod's so much of at an angle like that, and the back end has to be right up, you can't see. When you sat down, you can't see your rod end unless you're 7 foot, you know. That's another reason why you need a bite alarm. It was only $7.50. You can't put a bobbin on this method, so just use a stick. Yeah, I've just used a stick like that and put it close to the alarm, and if I just do that, yeah, that's the way around it. You get that, you can get that alarm dead low like that. So look, your tip must be under the water like that. Don't forget to put your bait runner on. Any carp anglers watching this will say, okay Tony, we get your point about getting the line down when you're in the margin. We get all this, but you should have 2 steel post rod retainers above your bite alarm. Well, I don't need them. You need them because your rod's up off usually a stone platform or gravel platform, and if your rod was to fall off, you're going to break the eyes or break the rod. I'm never going to break this in a million years, because if it comes off there, it's going to get caught in this grass here. So just to save you commenting, I don't need one, okay?